What's up guys, Rayavor here, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you how to make friends and influence people in Adventure Quest 3D. And while I'm doing the video today, I'm also going to be hunting Dricken here in Babylon. And this isn't because I hate Dricken or anything like that, I'm just trying to do my part in thinning out their numbers. As everybody knows, they repopulate at an incredibly fast rate. It's important that we all do our part in ensuring that they don't overpopulate Babylon. So with that said, guys, a lot of the stuff I'm going to be talking to you about today, obviously you can use it in the game, but you can also use this in your personal life as well, if you'd like. And the first thing I wanted to talk about, probably the most important advice I can give you, is that you should do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And I'm sure all of us have heard that at one time or another throughout our lives. It's also called the Golden Rule. And it's a good question to ask yourself whenever you're interacting with another person. You want to ask the question, am I treating this person the way that I would like to be treated? And that's just a good thing to kind of keep in the back of your mind. Next, I wanted to talk about kind of a broader topic, just the overall environment and community within this game, and what we should avoid and what we should aim for. What we should avoid is an elitist, cliquish, kind of like a snobbish almost community that I've seen happen in other games before. And as early players of this game, we're still in beta, it's important that you don't judge people based on how long they've been playing the game, because that's just going to discourage new players. You want to treat everybody with equal respect, and you want to be especially helpful and respectful of new players, because you want those people to enjoy the community and want to become a part of it. That's going to keep them coming back to the game. They're going to, play it more often. They're going to play it long term. They might spend money, and that's important. The more players that this game has, that's the more people there are spending money, and the more people that are spending money means AE has more revenue, which in turns mean they have more resources to make this game bigger and better. So it's something to keep in mind, guys, to be respectful and helpful of new players. I can tell you I've seen plenty of times where a lower level player will come into a room and they'll ask a simple question, or maybe they'll ask for help, and rather than being helpful, people will make fun of that person, or they'll call them a noob, or they'll just laugh, or they'll just ignore them. And what we should be doing is helping these people, answer their question to the best of their ability. If they need help and it's something fairly simple, go on and help them. It's a lot better to go and actually play the game than to just stand in front of the Babylon fountain or stand in Yulger's Inn all day, at least in my opinion. So just be as helpful as you can and be courteous to people. And that's going to encourage them to want to play this game, and they're going to want to be your friend, or they're going to remember you because you helped them. And that it'll go a long way. So another thing you can do to make friends is to talk to people. And that sounds pretty obvious, but for example, if maybe you're farming a 1% drop item like the Red Dragon Plate or the Vora Dagger or something like that, that's a really good opportunity to talk to people and get to know them, because you're going to be there for a while and you're probably going to be with the same people for a while. And rather than just silently click away, take that opportunity to get to know some people, and to make friends. Be engaged with people, ask them questions, and be helpful. A great way to make friends is just farming. So another thing I wanted to say is that it's important that you stand up for people who are being abused. I did a recent video on reporting people, how, when, and why to use the reporting feature, and that was part of the discussion in that video, was how to interact with abusive players. And it's important that you defend people who are being abused. You know, you can tell them, hey, use this /ignore command, that way you don't have to hear this anymore. Explain to them how they can report this person that's being abusive, and you can confront the person, you know, tell them to stop. That's going to go a long way as well, because people are going to see that, and they're going to see you as a person of integrity and somebody who's willing to stand up for people, and that attracts people. People are attracted to people. People are attracted to others who show strength and who show a fearlessness to stand up for people that are being abused. That's just part of human nature. So that's another great way to make friends and influence people. Another thing is just to show leadership. And that might sound a little weird for a game like this, but there's plenty of ways to do it. You see a lot of kind of chaotic situations in various different areas of this game. For example, Shadow Skull Bridge is a very, very popular area to farm for experience. But a lot of times you go there and it's kind of a scene of chaos where maybe instead of one person luring monsters, there's 3 or 4 trying to do it. Or half of the people are in the middle of the bridge and the other half are at the beginning of the bridge. Stuff like that. Take control of that situation. You know, tell everybody, hey, guys, come to the middle of the bridge. We'll get one person to lure. Everyone equip warrior class and spin to win. You know, explain to them how it's done, and people will listen to you. They're going to say, oh, okay, maybe that's what we're supposed to do, and they're going to see it work, and they're going to be like, whoa, cool, this guy knows what he's talking about, and they're going to want to, you know, play with you in the future, and they're going to heed whatever you say, because you've shown that you know what you're talking about and that you're helpful. So that's another tip. And I've got a few more. Another thing I wanted to mention is that you should be able to take a joke. And everybody has a different sense of humor. Everybody has a different way of interacting with other people. Some people are really sarcastic. Some people are kind of like practical jokers, or they might, they might take a little dig at you, and they're not trying to be mean. They're just kind of messing with you. And they're doing it in a friendly way. So you have to be able to discern between people that are being malicious and people that are just, trying to be funny or trying to be goofy or whatever. Don't be too uptight. Don't be too serious. You want to be somebody that people aren't afraid to interact with. And it's something you should always keep in mind, that, not everybody's out to get you. And you had to be able to take a joke, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And then lastly, guys, the last thing I wanted to say was, don't be afraid to send people a friend request in this game. So, for example, if you've been playing with somebody for, let's say you've been farming the Asavora for 2 hours straight with somebody, and you've been talking to them the whole time, and you've gotten to know them, and hey, I want to play with this guy or girl in the future, and but I don't want to send them a friend request because I don't want them to think I'm weird. They're probably thinking the exact same thing. So don't be afraid to send people a friend request, or ask them, hey, do you want to be friends? We can play again. We can play together again some other time. Most of the time, if you've been a decent person to them and helped them out, they're going to want to be your friend. And that might be somebody that you end up, playing the game with all the time. Other cool things you guys can do, there's a Facebook group called AQ3D Community that you can join with lots of other players. I think it's almost got like 3,000 members. There's various guilds that you can get into. If you want to join a guild, just ask around the game. There's plenty of them that you can join. That's a great way to make friends. And then just playing the game, getting out there, interacting with other people, and being part of the community. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.